Hello and welcome to Sunday League Football, where today we'll be looking at the final games of the preseason. We'll actually be having two matches in this video. So on the 27th of February, we played against Thun. The 12th of March, we played against VB Galstrup. Two games which already are uploaded. And then we had a match on the 26th of March and on the 2nd of April. And then today, where this video is uploaded, we're playing our first game of the season. So there's a lot of games sort of coming in short succession. Therefore, I decided to pop these two games together in one video. So starting off, the 26th of March, we played against Sengeløse, a team 2 leagues above ourselves, and a pretty tough opponent to play against. And a couple of new faces. Jimmy is a player of the defense. He's Larsen's brother, but unfortunately quite injury prone, so he's not always available for games. Bastian, another player in the defense, but not always available as well, because he's quite often out sailing, but when he's there, he's a good player for the defense. And finally, we have Simon, returned back home to play for the club. He played here a couple of years back, and he's just a Viking. That is the definition of him. But moving on to the lineup, Kasper between the sticks, Bue, Larsen, Jimmy, and Tisse on the left back, but he'd rather be called Gorbo for this series, so we'll go with that on the left back spot. Then we do have Skifter, Jerkel, and Joachim. Jerkel is also known as Kasper, but as our goalkeeper is called Kasper, we'll go with Jerkel just to sort of try and avoid confusion. Then we do have myself, Hattie, and Stefan in the attack. Substitutes are Willem, Simon, Bastian, and Nick. So that is the team taking on Sengeløse. And we had a couple of players who couldn't play the game. For example, our captain was missing, so there was a couple of players which would have been nice to have against a team like Sengeløse, because they played 2 leagues above ourselves and they were a lot more clinical than our previous opponents. They scored so early that we hadn't even positioned our camera properly. We gave up possession stupidly. They picked the ball up and they capitalized on it. So we played about 1.5 minutes and we're trailing 1-0. But we got a chance here. Hattie winning the ball, Stefan with the shot. I tried to get onto the rebound, but the defender was there and he sort of took the power out of the shot, and an easy ball to collect for the goalkeeper. And instead, Sengeløse would go up 2-0. Kasper couldn't get to the ball, and he kicked the goalpost. They're not too happy about missing out on that one. And Sengeløse just had a lot of players which was way taller than ours. We did not fare too well on the corners, and they will actually score a direct corner as well to make it 3-0 just before halftime. So the first half was definitely a bad half. We struggled to adjusting to the way Sengeløse played. They played faster, they closed us down a whole lot quicker than we had experienced in our previous games, and that just meant we didn't play too well in the first half. But in the second half, we tried to see him get back into the game, and here it's me and Gorbo sort of linking up together on the left-hand side. It goes back to Kasper, who played into the middle to a completely open Bue, who he was shifted from the defense into the midfield. Who played into Skifter, who played the football to me. I made the run in behind the fullback, and Hattie is in the box, and so many times before I played it to him, but I decided, you know what, this time around I'll try the shot, and it was definitely not the best of shots, right next to the goalkeeper, but still, it went in, and we get a goal back right from the start of the second half, and maybe the beginning of a comeback. But then 52nd minute, the worst thing possible happened, and that was Kasper getting injured, and it was a very, very bad injury, a ligament injury, and he's out for the rest of the season. And yeah, it's not looking too good, because he is the best goalkeeper we had ever since we started out with the club, and yeah, he is now gone. A huge blow to the team, and we put Hattie in the net after that, but he's not like a proper goalkeeper. He's way better out playing in the attack, and as you can see, he completely mistimes the ball, and in the end we went down at 5-1. Not looking too good. And second half, we started off well, didn't turn out too great. But then in the 90th minute, it is Nick on the ball here. He brings it forward, he plays it on through to Willem, who takes the ball with him, and he's able to get it past the goalkeeper and make it 5-2, get a goal back, and sort of make the scoreline of the second half 2-2. And we definitely played a whole lot better in the second half compared to the first half, but we would still lose the game come the end of the 90th minute. But despite that, it was definitely a good learning process playing against Sengeløse. They were, after all, 2 leagues above ourselves, and it sort of gave us an idea of what level we'll need to reach if we one day want to play in that league, and that is definitely the ambition. But anyways, on to the man of the match votes. It is Gorbo who won it with 20 votes. And as he got over 13 votes, he owes the team a case of beer. And also, he gets the honor to down a beer. And with that, we advance a week ahead in time to the 2nd of April. And when you look at April, we have a lot of matches because the season starts off. We have the cup as well. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. But before that, we of course have our final preseason match where we travel on the roads to Slaughslund Ganløse to play against their team, which is located a league above ourselves. So yet another game where we are sort of the underdog, but of course we're hoping to promote into this league. So a good final test before the season starts off, and a cool little experience for everyone. There's a couple of kids who recognized us, so a little shout out to those. And apart from that, let's get ready with the match day. Slaughslund Ganløse against the Famous GSG, and one new face to introduce you to. It is Kim, who was the goalkeeper in the club a couple of years back, and he decided to come in and help us now that Kasper unfortunately is injured. So he's between the sticks. We unfortunately do not have his sort of walk up yet. We'll try and get that recorded for future games. Then we do have Mau Larsen, Lasse and Gorbo in the defense, Bue, NC and Vol in the midfield, Mølle, myself, Hattie and Jekyll, me playing on the right wing this time around because I rarely cut in and shoot, but Jekyll does that a whole lot more, so it made sense to sort of swap us around. And then we do have Willem, Stefan, Bastian and Mini for the substitute. So that is pretty much the lineup taking on Slaughslund Ganløse. So getting the game started, it is Slaughslund Ganløse to get the first chance. Unfortunately, Lasse couldn't get the ball away here, and they get a counter-attack. It's played on through to the striker, and he's able to put it into the back of the net to make it 1-0. So sort of a deja vu to the Sengeløse match. However, we created a lot of chances in this match as well. Mau nutmegs the defender here, runs into the box, but in the end, it sort of just bounces all over the shop. It falls to NC, who chips it over the defender, and he chips the goalkeeper as well, but unfortunately, it hits the post. He tries to find Hattie there, but too much power on it, and it doesn't come to anything. And then, very difficult to see here because our cameraman didn't really zoom in, but it was a chance for Slaughslund Ganløse, but a good save from Kim there. And it was sort of a game with box-to-box action, and luckily, when our cameraman didn't zoom that much, we did have a camera at the goal we were playing towards, so we can use that to sort of see what's going on. Here's Hattie with a cross that almost went into the back of net. The goalkeeper punched it out full corner, and Larsen trying to head it in there, but just wide of the post. And we actually had quite a few chances in this period of the half year. It's Boo trying out a shot, but just wide of the post yet again. And then again, difficult to see because not too much zooming going on, but it's Slaughslund Ganløse with a chance. However, Kim doing a good job in the net, and it remains a 1-0 as we go into the second half. And we started off the second half with a pretty good piece of play. This pass was not perfect, but I was able to pick it up, and I nutmegged the player here, which you cannot really see. It falls to Vol. He plays it on through to Willem, completely open with the goalkeeper. He takes the shot, but unfortunately, it is saved by the Slaughslund Ganløse goalkeeper. And after that, we completely dropped. Like, we disappeared from the second half. We didn't create anything, and Slaughslund Ganløse took over, and they created a lot of chances. A huge chance here, and as you can see on number 7 near the camera, he knew that one should have been put into the back of the net, and it continued with the pressure, and Ganløse was looking for that 2-0 goal alone here. Number 11 taking the shot, but a good save from Kim. He did a really good job in the net in this match, and he was one of the reasons why it was not 2-0 at this stage. Yet another chance alone with the goalkeeper, but Kim is sort of able to direct him away from the goal, and in the end, it doesn't come to anything. And then finally, we got a chance ourselves. It is Jekyll to try out a shot, but just wide of the post. And then 3 minutes later, what should have happened way earlier, Slaughslund Ganløse are able to go up at 2-0, unfortunately. But look at the celebration in the end, though. Gotta appreciate that, the Ronaldo celebration there to make it a 2-0. And after that, we sort of came back into the half. It's like we realized we should probably try and create something. And it's Vol on the ball here. I make the run out on the wing, and Vol plays it on through to me. And as we've seen a couple of times before, it is played into Hattie, and Hattie scores to make it a 2-1. And oh, there we have the zoom, a little bit too late, but 2-1. Hattie scores a goal there, and maybe a late comeback. It is I believe it is Willem on the ball here. He plays it into me in the end. I lay it on through to Hattie. Hattie, he takes the shot, but he shoots it wide of the goal. And that was pretty much all for this match, because come the 90th minute, it would end at 2-1, and I think it was a deserved victory for Slauson and Ganløse, because we completely disappeared in the second half, and had it not been for Kim, they had scored a whole lot more goals, and therefore Kim also got the Man of the Match award for a very good performance between the sticks. He saved a lot of stuff, and yeah, of course, he gets to down a B. And apart from that, that is the end of the preseason. We'll be wiping the assist and goal sort of charts clean as we start up the real season. So for the preseason, I got 4 assists, Hattie with 2, and a couple of guys on 1 each. Hattie with 4 goals, Kasper, Hal, and Willem with 2 goals, and then we have a bunch of people who scored 1 goal throughout the preseason. And that is pretty much where this video is coming to an end. As this video is uploaded, we are playing our very first game of the season, and that match will be out over the weekend hopefully. And then we have a lot of matches coming up. We have our first local derby on the 11th of April, and then we have another local derby on the 7th of May, and then a lot of other games. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. But for now, this is going to be the end of chapter 4 of Sunday League Football.